Okay, so I'm going to show you how to assign yourself to a room and how to choose a room for yourself. So here you'll see the screen immediately preceding the self-assignment screen. You'll see this title here, room selection. So we've got this guy here, John. John's joining us. He's already filled in his few basic details, his date of birth, his name, where he's going to school. He's paid his application fee and he's continued on. So he's prior to the make payment process, but he's just about to pick his room. So John, yeah, we're excited to join you here on campus. Please pay extremely close attention to the details, the instructions in front of you. You're booking for a minimum of 140 days. So this is a 20-week booking you can see here, 20 weeks. If it's 40 weeks, if it's full academic year, you might have a few different options. The reason I mentioned different options is because if you look at contract start and contract end date, 31st to the 1st to the 20th to the 6th, these are going to be fixed. They're fixed for this particular term. But if you're looking at a 40-week booking, anything longer than 20 week, you might see a few extra dates in here you can choose from. Usually a calendar about 2 weeks long or so, contract start and end. The reason you can't see that here is because these dates are fixed. So there's a bit of narrative here about this particular time and the stipulations. Again, if you're in 40 week, it might be a bit different. So here you can see if you arrive after 31st of January, you might get charged from the 31st onwards, if you prefer to arrive onwards after that date. So okay, understanding all of that, we're going to arrive on the 31st. We're going to leave on the 20th to the 6th. If you have any questions, you can click the chat function here. It's manned for staff between 9 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. I'm going to click next. I understand all that. So it's important you read this narrative up here as well on the next page, because it'll tell you right down below how you can search. It's definitely one of the most common queries we get from people in our chat function or through email, is that how this screen works. So reading the detail here is key. So use the search options on the left-hand side of the column to select your preferred room type. Where is that? You can search for room here. Room type by term. Okay, so we got a few still available. Got a few shared, king deluxe, single en suite, single shared. You'll notice there's no king en suite or single private here. It's because we're sold out. So if there's anything not appearing here, it's automatically because they're sold out. Again, a question we get a lot of the time, why can't I see a particular room type? Can't see it here. We don't have it. So I'm going to search. I want a shared room, shared twin room. Got a good few of these left. Got 45 of them. So that's okay anyway. So to get something to appear on the right hand side, simple enough. You just click here. I'm going to click on block 2. Plenty of options, 42 of them. So here's a particular important piece of text highlighted here. Please do not allocate yourself with residents who have indicated they're not comfortable with mixed genders in their apartment. So how do you know that? So obviously I'm John, man. I want to assign myself in a predominantly male apartment, but I also want to check to see if there's any females in the apartment. And if so, are they comfortable with sharing with a male? So here you can see I've just opened up apartment 025. I'm going to click on the little triangle or chevron if you like. And I'm going to see here, this is an occupied space. Okay. And here, there's two 20-week shared spaces. I'm seeing this because I selected 20-week over here. So I'm going to look and see who's assigned themselves in here. There's only one occupant in this room, so I know it's a single room. And there's 0 available. I click down here. There's only one. It's obviously single. If it wasn't, there'd be 2. This is a 22-year-old French female. Okay, so good enough so far. Let's see if she's comfortable, as it says above, with mixed gender. You can see it down here in lifestyle responses. A few things you might know if you kind of get along or not, or help you figure out if you're likely to get along with the person. Okay, so I'm looking down here. Okay, all looks good. I'm comfortable with mixed gender in my apartment, but not in my bedroom. She hasn't indicated a preference, so she hasn't said no. So you're kind of okay to go along. If you want to click in here, click select. So you're holding the bed space here, 025B1. There's 025B2, and the other space in that room that will automatically be assigned a male. Only a male will see that if you're booking as a male. So, okay, right, fair enough. Bed space on hold for you. Click the release lock button to release it and search for a different space, okay? Chat function is still there if you need it. I'm going to click next. You're going to see from here, it counts down from 10 minutes. There's a 10-minute lock on it. If you want to go back at this point, you still can. And the room hasn't been assigned yet. It'll say below is a summary of the booking. Please read and review carefully. And note if you click next, if you don't click next, sorry, your allocation will not be made. And again, if you're in any doubt, there's a big red writing here. So here's the summary. This would be a summary of the last 2 pages you've just seen. You remember the contract start and end dates that we saw, and a bit of narrative about arriving after 31st of January. Then you get, the next page after that, again, the narrative about gender, about, checking the nationality, personality questionnaire answers of the person you want to book in with. So I'm looking here, I'm like, John Kelly, okay, yeah, I can see the nightly right here. If I want to click next here, it'll assign me the space. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to click previous. I want to click previous because say I want to, change my mind. It's still okay to, not a problem. I'll click previous again. So it'll bring me back to the room selection screen. Looking again, seeing the same dates. Happy enough. Going to click next. Okay, release and search again. And I'm looking at all spaces now. I'm looking at all spaces because I haven't selected a room type by term. I'm going to select the room type by term. I can still see the same options I had before. So this time I think I want to choose a single room. I'm going to choose single shared. Single shared is a category we tend to have a lot of. Less so King Deluxe, less so single ensuite. See just for, yeah, there's only one single ensuite available. King Deluxe, how many are available? Just one as well. So single shared, we tend to have a few of. We tend to sell out with singles quite quickly, especially single shared because they're the cheapest type of single we have. So if you're looking to get a single, you want to get in early. Again, a common question we have is, why can't I see any singles? Why can I only see shared? It could be sold out. Right, so I'm going to go and look at a different apartment. I'm going to look at 127 here. And I can see here, before I clicked it, before I opened it, I can see there's one available here, 0 available and 0 available. So by clicking into 127, I can see it's a twin room. How can I see it's a twin room? There's 2 people in it. You can see their lease dates here as well. I can tell just for interest's sake that these people are here for 40 weeks. I can tell that because I can see they're here from September to June. Let's take a look at B. B is occupied again, September to June. So these are all 40-week people. These will all be here for 40 weeks. But as you saw at the start, I'm looking at a 20-week booking. So I'm looking here 31st to the 1st to the 20th to the 6th. Again, the dates we saw previously. So how do I know if I fit in here? I'm going to click on occupied. 27-year-old Turkish male. Let's check his lifestyle responses here. So this guy is saying that I prefer to go to sleep rather than stay up. No preference. He prefers to wake up early before 8 a.m. He does. Okay, I prefer to sleep late. Might not work. I may prefer to maintain an orderly room. Yes, he does. He's not comfortable with overnight guests. So if you're planning on having or applying through the office to have a guest over, maybe you might want to not go with this particular person. You might have a you might not like it. Tell us something about yourself. Nothing in particular. Okay, that's not particularly helpful. So I'll check this guy here. 24, also Turkish, male. Okay, postgraduate. Pretty much the same lines. He prefers to maintain an orderly apartment. He's got a bit more information about himself down here. Pretty much expand and adjust what he set up here. He likes to clean his rooms, sleep late sometimes, It's important to note, I suppose, at this juncture that the information that'll be in here will not identify the person or, yourself in any way. It'll just have a few details, your age, your nationality, your gender. Won't have a name, won't have an email address, any personal identifiable information. It's just for people to make an informed choice when they're choosing a room. So to see the information, just click on the blue occupied link there, as I've done a few times. This guy as well, also nothing special, that's okay. And he's filled in a few preferences here. He is comfortable overnight guest, that's okay. Again, a clean guy, so 3 clean guys. Well, 3 guys that say they want a clean apartment, so that's all right. Point of note here, if you're looking for a single shared bathroom, the person in the B will be the person you're going to share the bathroom with. So I'm going to share it with the Russian guy. Should I select here? So I'll go in. I'm happy enough with this. I'm I'm gonna see the lock here when I come up here. I am. So I'm gonna look down here. I'm gonna again see my summary. Okay, so this time John Kelly, same dates, different rate, obviously, different room type. We're in a single now as opposed to a shared before. I click next here if I wanted to secure the space and move on to the make payment. I'm not going to because this is a demonstration, but I hope that helps. I hope that answers all your questions about room assignments. Okay, next. I have to release the space, sorry. Yeah, release the space. I can search again. Another common question just on when I'm releasing the space there, I released it incorrectly, obviously. I'll just show you how I'd just on a random one. So if I wanna go in here again, a really common question we get residents is I'm trying to book in with my friend. I'm trying to book with my friend, but I can't see the same room he's looking at, right? We know very well that both are available. So John here is after choosing 026A1. His friend also wants to choose 026. Why can't he see it? He can't see it because there's a lock here on 026A1 for the 10 minutes, for the 10-minute period. So he's going to have to release. We recommend that if you're booking with friends, you book at the same time. So John, he was on 025B1 here. His friend will be able to see 025B2, won't be able to see 025B1 because John has created a lock on it, even though he hasn't booked it. So if you're looking to book with a friend, sit down and say, okay, well, these two guys, or sorry, this one guy in here, he's French, female. I'm okay with males, no preference, that's okay. So you and your friend, your other male friend, say, you want to book in here, select, one selects one selects the other, the locks are both created, and on you go and finish. If you are a couple, male, female, you won't be able to assign yourself. One will, one won't. I mentioned earlier that if John was to assign himself to a room, only a male that he may not know would be able to assign himself to the other room, unless he's booking with a friend. If you are a male female couple, one of you book, one of you email the office, and we can do the second person manually for you through our system. So yeah, I hope that helps. I hope that answers all your questions. Yep, thanks very much. I'll stop sharing now.